Welcome to World Recap, the news station that asks you English or Spanish. Ha! You moved! Well, it looks like we don't really have a lot going on like last week. Like, not much was really happening. But there were some, like, a couple of, like, major news stories. But overall, we had, like, some, like, aftermath to drama and drama that will cause aftermath. Anyways, I'm your host, William D. Evans, and let's jump into last week. The Beer and Cinema Movie Report. Tomorrow will be your final night to watch Inside Out 2 at the Beer and Cinema. I already gave my opinion about the movie last week. Overall, like, 2 of the 4 new emotions actually contributed to the story. The new locations were cool, and I spoiled Riley's anxiety attack at the end of the movie, which, last week actually became a massive meme. Overall, like, just putting in, like, a, Glass Animals, song over, like, anxiety trying to fix up Riley. But, yeah, so, everybody is, spoiled for the movie now, so that means I don't have to keep my mouth shut anymore. The Beer and Cinema has yet to confirm, what's playing, next week, or, like, this coming Friday, so that's all I have for you right now. Wii U's are breaking down. This is not a joke. I really wish it was a joke, but yeah. The news has hit me like a truck, and it is a big truck. Like, I don't know, a truck that could carry all those cars. Like, that's how big the news has hit me. But not because, like, it's happened to me at all. Like, not at all. Like, it broke down, but that's, like, my first Wii U broke down, but that was because, you know, I didn't take care of my consoles back then. But now, but a lot of people are turning on their Wii U's after a long time of having them unplugged, but it comes up that there's an error and a problem with the system memory. So here's some PSA advice. Plug in your Wii U right now, and every 6 months, plug it in. Because you never know when this could happen to you. Like, a lot of people have just been putting, like, the Wii U in their storage bins and playing the Switch instead because, you know, the Wii U, like, a lot of Wii U games are ported over to Switch. But, like, please turn on your Wii U. Or better yet, like, find an exclusive Wii U game to play on Wii U. So, like, yeah, plug in your Wii U's. Especially since, for the following news story, Nintendo discontinues Wii U repairs. Nintendo has announced on their customer service website that they will be discontinuing repairs of Wii U's. I get it, like, they don't want to repair a system that got discontinued in 2017. But after all of these Wii U breakdowns, is it worth it? Like, this is a system I have a lot of nostalgia for, personally. Like, so seeing all these Wii U systems rotting away and becoming, like, a distant memory is something that, like, blocks me from getting a lot of sleep at night. And I need sleep to make these world recaps. Well, to be honest. Now, you could repair the system yourself, but you would need a really good tutorial and a lot of education on engineering to repair a gaming console of all things. Like, have you ever tried hacking a, like, Nintendo console? It's really hard, unless you know, like, how to change, like, your horse's name in, like, Twilight Princess. Astro's Playroom, gets its second update. Astro's Playroom has been getting updates for a couple of weeks now to get ready for the upcoming Astrobot game. If you don't know what Astro's Playroom is, it's actually just a free app, or, like, free full-on game you get pre-installed on every PS5. Like, go ahead, if you have a PS5, boot it up, and you will find that Astro's Playroom is available. Just look for the icon with the cute little robot, and, like, you'll get to play this charming, like, game full of various deep-cut PlayStation references. Oh my goodness. Like, to PlayStation and PlayStation-associated IPs. So, like, in this update, you can find, like, in the deep data space of the SSD Speedway, you can find a trapped bot that references Celine Vessos from Returnal. And yes, I did have to Google her name, unfortunately. So, just die in a certain spot, Sarah free, just like Returnal. A very nice detail to add. And the last update, which I forgot to recap, they add new artifacts to the machine. Like the PlayStation VR 2, that's going to get discontinued soon, if you've seen last World Recap. And the PlayStation Access controller, the controller used for like people with like special needs. The Xbox servers go down for 7 hours. On July 2nd, 2024, the Xbox Live servers went down to, forget this, 7 hours. 7 hours. Like, meaning that, like, any game you had for, like, your Xbox One or Xbox Series X/S, you couldn't play for those 7 hours. Like, you just couldn't play them. Like, those 7 hours must have been torturous for the people that primarily play on Xbox. Well, to be honest, most Xbox players can't touch the console, like, can't, like, live without touching the console for 2 hours. But, yeah, I am still shocked. Like, this hack could have been from anything. Probably, like, well, it's not really a hack, but, like, yeah, I think the main theory is that it was a hack. Like, the servers went down because of a hack. But, like, that's yet to be confirmed by Xbox. So, yeah, I'm really hoping, like, we get, like, a, like, an explanation for why this happened and, like, what we can do, or, like, what Xbox can do to fix this from later on. Sonic X Shadow Generations gets deep cut Sonic costume. Sonic X Shadow Generations is releasing in just a couple months, which is a little crazy to think about. Like, the Sonic game I grew up with getting remastered soon, looking far better than the Xbox 360. And one of the things being added to this version? Well, costumes. Costumes are being added for Sonic, Classic Sonic, and Shadow. And these seem to be very much deep cuts, which I love. You got the Sonic Adventure design for Modern Sonic, the original concept art for Shadow as a costume, but most weirdly, a Sonic Jam costume for Classic Sonic. Sonic Jam is a collection of Sonics, 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles, that also contains like a tech demo hub called Sonic World. This was just shown to overall like prove that Sonic could have like a 3D game one day, just like creating like a mini hub world to roam around. Oh, sorry, my phone was running out of battery. That's why I had to tap the screen. But yeah, so seeing how deep cut some of these references are getting, it's getting me really excited for Sonic X Shadow Generations. Windows Government Edition. A version of Windows has been floating around like last week called Windows Government Edition. What is Windows Government Edition? It is a version of Windows that but optimized for government officials. It doesn't even have a web browser. Like, the entire thing is completely deep loaded, meaning like you can only do like the bare minimum like you can do with an average computer. So like no web browser, and the only form of entertainment you get from it is to install things like web browsers. But which government is this Windows Government Edition for? Canada? United States? No, it's actually for China. This Windows version was made by the Chinese government, and downloading it could be a form of spyware. Now, you might be scared, like, that foreign country is stealing your private data, but it's fine. China has yet to do anything after that whole Chinese spy balloon fiasco. So I think we are in good hands. So you can download it with no fear of World War III. And, like, another thing to add is, like, I think this gives a good insight on how, like, China uses their, like, applications for the government on computers. I think like they just mod the computers just to install them. So like their files must be really hard to find. Discord is getting 1 of 4 UI designs. Discord has recently put out a poll to the public asking for 4 different redesigns for the UI for the site. All 4 designs look pretty solid in my book, but I've never used Discord and never plan to use to, so don't take my word for it. But like the designs are just more visible, like you can understand exactly what everything means. And it also helps to filter out like all the noise on the site. The community is like as well as like voting for option 2 currently. So it looks like that's going to be the version of the site you're about to see in like a couple months if they go through with it. Yeah. Inside Out 2 makes $1 billion at the box office. All right. Inside Out 2 released 4 weeks ago and still is doing pretty well. And so well, in fact, that it has managed to make $1 billion so far in its theatrical run. Why is this happening? Well, I think it has to do with the marketing. There are lots of things Disney has advertised about this movie that seem very much enticing. The plot is original, and not to mention, there's a lot of meme material for the internet to toy around with. Which is something I really want to point out. Memes can be an easy and unutilized way to get people to do certain things. If a piece of media is being memed, it might cause people to search up the origin of that meme and potentially go see that piece of media. I'm pretty sure that's what happened with like the film American Psycho like a couple years ago. There was like a lot of like Patrick Bateman edits and like it caused people to actually give American Psycho a chance. And now it's like considered a cult classic. And like the character Stormfront from The Boys like actually highlights this detail very much well. Like she uses a bunch of internet memes a lot to sway people to her opinion, you know? So yeah, I guess like that is something the media could take note of if they listen to this world recap, of course. But yeah, I think this box office number should be a sign for Pixar to make good movies and not like junk like Lightyear or Elemental. Like good movies that like feel warranted, you know? So like Pixar, I'm fine with Pixar making more sequels. But if they have a reason to make sequels, that is more enticing, for me at least. The SpongeBob cast's recording session audio was leaked. So there's this YouTube channel called Derps. Derps has like remained anonymous throughout like their entire YouTube career and has occasionally dropped massive leaks surrounding TV shows. And recently, Derps dropped a full hour and a half of an audio recording of like a cast recording session of the SpongeBob episode Shanghaied. The main cast is just playing around and having fun, but an hour in, you get to like see the cast like having fun swearing in the voices of the SpongeBob cast. Now, the video in question has gotten copyright claimed recently by Paramount, so that means you can't watch it. But it also means it's actually real and not AI generated, like some people might have been thinking. So if you want to watch it right now, you can go to the good old reliable Internet Archive to watch the whole thing. Though I would recommend you do this like in podcast form, like you watch, like you listen to that cast recording, like, I don't know, maybe doing the dishes or like playing a game. Like, so you just don't really get bored of it. Like, it's something to do, like, maybe going for a walk. Like, listen to it. Oh, this one is kind of wild. Kendrick Lamar and, the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef has turned violent. Everyone, may I introduce you to Rick Ross, a rapper who has been heavily supporting Kendrick Lamar during the Kendrick versus Drake beef. And at his recent concert, he played his own cover of Not Like Us. just probably as an appreciation piece for Kendrick, probably. But after he was done, a bunch of Kendrick Glazers cornered him, and then a massive brawl kicked in, like, the concert seats. Fists were flying, and, like, the whole thing felt like The Rumble from The Outsiders, if you've ever seen the movie, read the book, or watched the musical. You should go online and see this massive fight for yourself. It was wild, like, for me to watch. And I've seen some pretty nasty fights in my days. And Drake posted an image of the fight onto his Instagram, meaning that he not only likes minors, but also violence. We should cancel Drake even more. Toby by Eminem. Just 2 months after releasing Houdini, Eminem is returning with one more song before his big upcoming album, Toby, featuring Big Sean and Babytron. This song is about Tobey Maguire, I think. I don't really care since I'm just enjoying whatever comes from these three's mouths. It's just like the perfect pace of speed and thrill. It's just as a banger of Houdini, but in like a more different way than you would expect. So like, Eminem can just resurrect himself with 2 songs. I am scared and curious for what the heck is on that album, because it's probably going to be the most offensive things I've ever heard in my days. It would be getting him, like, canceled, like, probably going to make him speed run getting him canceled. Sniper Wolf strikes One Giant Onion. One Giant Onion is a YouTuber who makes comedy videos, but they're actually funny. And he made a 3-hour video titled Reacting to Sniper Wolf Until I Laugh, where the joke is that Sniper Wolf's content is not funny whatsoever and just reacts to other people's TikToks with no commentary. Sniper Wolf saw the video and didn't like it at all, so she went and striked his channel. I will get the strikes in a minute, like with the next news story, but how can she strike him when the content in her own videos are not even hers? I mean, somebody made an argument about that and then got doxxed by her, so I should be careful with my tone. I don't want my IP address to get leaked. The Manny Show gets canceled by the internet. So there's this channel called Engween who made this video calling The Manny Show sloppy content. If you don't know who The Manny Show is, that means you're not on YouTube Shorts. But he is a YouTube Shorts creator that makes a bunch of brain rot content that gets a lot of views. Most of the time, these brain rot memes are also stolen from our brain rot accounts like Speed McQueen and Master Oogway. So the Manny Show saw Engween's video and struck his channel. Now this is bad. A strike actually means, like, you get 3 strikes on YouTube, you're done. Your channel gets permanently terminated and you cannot get it back. Like, it is a system that could easily be abused by anybody. Like, if anybody takes offense to the littlest thing, they could easily strike your channel for whatever reason. But yeah, like, that is a terrible precedent for YouTube to have. Like, the Manny Show, like, well, just me talking about the Manny Show, since, like, I'm pretty sure he struck, like, another channel, like, who was under 18, and, like, I am scared to talk about him, because I could get struck myself, and I don't want to get kicked off here. I've only been here for 3 weeks. But yeah, thanks to, like, this got a lot of exposure with a YouTube channel, Penguin Zero, covering the situation. The Manny Show revoked his strike, but it still feels like action still needs to be taken against him, either by getting demonetized or just getting banned off the platform. We don't need any more strikes like that. It just sets a horrible precedent. MrBeast blows up Kai Cenat's room. Kai Cenat recently collaborated with MrBeast for him to appear on Kai's stream. The stream went off pretty normal. Just a bunch of fireworks, though, which was odd. Like, I mean, it was near, like, the dear old red, white, and blue day. over in America. So I think this was normal. Kai later eats like the new cookies and cream flavor for festivals, and then they set off fireworks in his room. You just hear all these fireworks, and it's just wild. But after the dust is all cleared up, it is revealed that the room is fake. Yep, that's right. Kai and MrBeast spent weeks building a perfect replica, even down to like the fur carpet, of his room to blow up on stream. This has gotta be like one of the best internet pranks I've ever seen. IShowSpeed gets injured by the Norwegian mob. IShowSpeed was all over Norway last week, and fans took notice over there. A massive mob of wild and out-of-control IShowSpeed fans came out, coming for selfies of him. Oh, that was just my dog's treat stand falling over. This is why I fear, like, IShowSpeed. It's just like he promotes and causes so much chaos, and it's just extremely random and occasionally reckless. But anyways, IShowSpeed got his ankle hurt, and his father had to carry him over to the car. And later, Speed made a video saying that he will never go to Norway again. Finally, he's controlling the chaos he creates. The US presidents are now above the law. Over in the United States, they have made a law saying in the US, presidents are now immune from prosecution, meaning that they can't be charged by the law. But this is only for official acts. And the court has just decided to make this extremely vague. This could mean anything. So my theory is that an official act of what an official act actually is that an official act is something that the president does that is made to the public. Well, an unofficial act is something the president does that is kept behind closed doors. So, a lot of people are making this hypothesis that Joe Biden could get SEAL Team 6 to assassinate Trump. So, yeah. Well, first off, it is Biden. I heavily doubt, like, we are gonna see him assassinate anybody with SEAL Team 6. But, like, if Trump wins, like, for the next election, he could easily abuse that law, like, to do whatever the heck he wants. And that scares me because as long as, well, like, it scares me, but, like, as long as I'm not assassinated, I'm good. And lastly, Oklahoma schools forced to teach the Bible. Remember the books you read in the school for novel studies, Romeo and Juliet? The Boy in Striped Pajamas, The Hunger Games? Was that last one just in my school? But anyways, the state of Oklahoma has announced that it will be mandatory for the schools in the state to have a novel study for the Bible. How though? Like, the Bible is like a decade long. It takes you a good while to read the Bible compared to something like The Outsiders. So this is just gonna be like, is it just gonna be like specific verses of the Bible? I guess I'll just have to wait for more information to be released to see where this heads. Anyway, that's all I have for this little recap. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe so more episodes will pop up when they release. Also, like this video so more Newfoundlanders and Burin Peninsulas find this content. And be sure to comment down below what topics I should cover next week. When they happen this week. Anyways, I'm off to watch the boys.